And on the front of today's programme, it says Wembley is only 80 minutes away. It is for one side. For the other side, it's going to be a long old wait until they get the chance again. Our commentary team today, Jonathan Davis is alongside Dave Woods.
Well, it is immense. Two teams who just keep turning up to big occasions like this. They both know their way around the big stage, and over the years, when they've been pitched together, they have created some fantastic dramas. Wembley might be more than 80 minutes away, you know, because they've done it before, had to go to extra time. 7 years ago, they met in what was rated as one of the best semi-finals of all time. 26-all it finished that day after 80 minutes, and it took some magic from Kevin Sinfield to turn it Leeds' way on that occasion. We could be in for something very, very similar here today because they are so well matched. St Helens suffering that late withdrawal, of course, of Leon Price. But otherwise, two teams full of pedigree. Well, this is the Leeds team in the backs, more or less at full strength. Lee Smith returning to the right wing in place of Scott Donald. Rob Burrow recently returned from a knee injury. And in the forwards, they are without Carl Ablett, who's suspended. Lauatiti injured, Kevin Sinfield the pivot, the man who makes Leeds tick. And what a day for 20-year-old Chris Clarkson. Part-time bricklayer 12 months ago, potential Challenge Cup hero today. The big news, no Leon Price, late withdrawal because of a neck injury. His absence and the continued absence of Carl Eastman means they are missing two of their brightest stars. James Roby gets the start, Kieran Cunningham on the bench. They will swap and change, and another youngster with a chance to shine, Sean McGuinness. Local lad has been making a big impression in recent weeks, and they are well matched on the bench. Two good dummy halves in Diskin for Leeds and Cunningham for St Helens, and plenty of big hitting forwards as well. And our referee today is Phil Bentham in his 20th season as a top-grade referee. He too is a man of plenty of experience when it comes to these big occasions. And it's going to be one of the youngsters, Jamie Foster, to apply the boot to ball for the very first time. It's caught by Leeds' Danny Maguire, and Peacock instantly met by a wall of St Helens defenders and pushed back. These first 10 minutes are not going to be for the faint-hearted, are they, Jonathan Davis?
No, they're not. Very unfamiliar-looking Saints side, but, you know, quality throughout. The problem they might have if they get an injury at the half-back is the backup coming off the bench. A very strong bench, but not in the half-back department.
Well, if St Helens fans' hearts sank at the news that Leon Price was not playing today, they would have been reminded of when these two met in the Challenge Cup last season at the 4th round, when John Wilkins that day was a makeshift halfback and was absolutely outstanding in helping his side to victory with his kicking game and taking the team around the field. So they know they have an able deputy. And let's not kid ourselves, if he had the choice, Leon Price would be in there. John Wilkins, a man of so many parts over so many seasons for St Helens. It's Roby, the man who's moved up at dummy half here. Leeds having gone through their set without any mishaps, and Saints looking for something similar as Graham drives it in. One of those on-form British forwards, James Graham. There's Hargreaves, another who might well be pushing himself into contention for possible England inclusion at the Four Nations at the end of this season. Wilkin lifting it high, it's a tester here. Foster was trying to get in the way of it, but it hasn't fallen his way. And Keith Senior with a take for Leeds.
I think that could be a regular occurrence. Good yardage, and then Wilkin to put it up in the air, and good pressure from young Foster. You know, looking at the St Helens side, very strong pack, very strong bench as well up the forward. So I think they'll take it to Leeds up the middle and then get a good kicking game with Wilkin.
In terms of Challenge Cup pedigree, by the way, the players we're looking at out on the field today, the interchanges as well, have between them 38 Challenge Cup winners' medals. Leeds have 3 of them. It just shows you how much St Helens have dominated this competition in recent times. And a chance here, Wilkin will pick up and pass, and Melly will score the game's opening try. Less than 3 minutes played, and time to celebrate before he touches down. But we're going to have to see this again. The video referee...
Check in how the ball came out, please.
I'm not sure the body language of both sides think it's a knock-on and they're walking back to the spot. The tackle by Flannery Melly, great support, great skills by John Wilkin, but it all comes back to the tackle. Very laboured pass by Peacock, puts Maguire under pressure.
Well,
Flannery touches the ball.
But was it in the act of making the tackle? It's one of those great grey areas,
that
isn't
is the
it?
call. Yeah, he is definitely making a tackle, but he does knock it on. So it does come down to the call again of the video referee, doesn't it?
Well, if he's caught the ball in the act of making the tackle and therefore didn't intend to strike the ball, it's a try. If Ian Smith, the video referee, thinks he knocked it on, it is no try. Here we go.
Well,
decision made. Ian Smith has pushed the button and says no try. He has ruled it was a knock-on, so we already have a talking point.
He was going to make a tackle, but unfortunately knocked the ball on before contact. But as soon as the try was scored, the players come back. They knew it wasn't a try. Great support by Melly, of course. Favourite position on the wing.
Well, as you say, Jiffy, the clue was in the body language. There's a great deal of complaint from the St Helens players, was there? Sinfield, the man at dummy half here as Jamie Jones Buchanan takes it on. He was falling into the tackle, so it looked higher than it was.
Yeah.
Peacock, he'll urge his body into that St Helens line throughout the 80 minutes here. It's going to be collected at dummy half by Buderas. Sinfield running into Flannery. So an early chance here for Leeds to press this St Helens line. Bailey, one of the arch enemies of those St Helens supporters. Sixth tackle coming up, so maybe we'll see the kick. Burrow on the left foot, trying to measure it. Foster's underneath it. Hall with a challenge, but carried it too far.
Just a little bit too far.
The in goals look quite narrow, actually, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Here we are. It's a good chase. Ryan Hall is a monster of a guy. You know, he's just, when he's coming tearing down after you with one sight.
It's Hargreaves with the initial drive.
Move! Hold!
Here's Roby. Flannery.
2! Move!
This is Graham now with the hands. He's such a clever footballer, James Graham. He's not all bish and bash. He has the clever hands as well.
Yeah, great offload. Takes the ball to the line.
This is Roby. Flannery. Wilkin. Wellens. Fluent, as is St Helens style, but Leeds there to cover. They still have tackles in the bag. Wilkin puts it over the top.
Good cover by Smith. Read the play very, very well.
Surrender!
Decent distance covered as well. And what an important day for John Wilkin. What an important role. Here's Keith Senior now, the old warhorse. And the offload is good too. Webb. Here's Maguire.
They got numbers now on the right. If they go early.
Buderas. Sinfield.
There's the key. There's the key player, I think, for Leeds today. Sinfield. Is he at the centre of everything? Kevin Sinfield been having a superb season.
This is Buderas. Robbie Burrow up to the line, and back it goes to young Chris Clarkson.
Well read. More.
Last tackle will be the next. Burrow looking for a bit of space in which to drill the ball. Gardner's there to cover. It's a decent Leeds chase here. Straight into the shoulder of Ryan Bailey. Wilkin. Flannery. There's Melly just on his outside. He's been playing in the centres. We know him as a winger, Francis Melly, but the last few weeks he has been playing more and more in the centres to cover what has been a problem position for St Helens.
Yeah. It'll be like a game of chess the first 20 minutes and feel each other out. No mistakes, good kicking game, and play the territorial game.
Surrender!
Leave the nerves settle a little bit. Big prize at the end.
Roby. Wilkin whisking it away to this right-hand side. Gidley held up, but did well to get the ball away to Matty Ashurst.
5!
Another of those St Helens youngsters who's really making a name for himself. It's right across Super League, really. How many young players have come through this season? Safely patched by Smith.
Slightly rushed that kick. Scott Moore going against the grain with the right foot.
Delaney. He's a big lad, isn't he? Brett Delaney, new to Leeds this season. Sinfield. Senior doing a bit of work down the middle here, helping his forwards out.
Third.
Both sets of back doing a lot of work.
Baderas away to Burrow. Burrow up to the line. A little scampering step of his. Such a difficult customer for the big men especially to deal with. Peacock away to Bailey. Tackle 6, 22 yards out.
Baderas has started very sharply today.
Sinfield, Maguire, they're going to run it here. Maguire's desperately looking for support. Little kick by Delaney, but
It's a late shot, I think, on Sinfield.
he looks in a bad way as well here, doesn't he, Kevin Sinfield?
I think there's more just hit him, I think. I think his hands were in the air, exposed the ribs. Let's have a look. I don't think that's late.
Well, it wasn't too late, was it?
I'd like to see that, you know.
Certainly wasn't high, and it was. If it was late, it was only by a moment or two.
Let's see how, you know, at normal speed, because sometimes when it slows down, if it goes at full speed, just what? That's not late. That is not late. That is a wrong call by the referee, I feel, not the penalty. It'd be interesting to see the, you know, the comments from the guys in studio.
Well, Kevin Sinfield has a chance to kick the first two here. 7 years ago, he had to kick one from the touchline with barely seconds left to play to tie the game, to take it into extra time. It was one of the great Kevin Sinfield moments.
Yeah, great kick.
But here it's a much simpler task. Relatively speaking, it is still a semi-final. Nerves are still jangling. Well, he'll take as much time as he can here. He's kicking into the teeth of a gale, because it is the St Helens supporters who are in the greatest number behind the post to which he's kicking at the moment. There's a picture of pure concentration, and sends it over. So the opening 2 points for Leeds. Kevin Sinfield with a goal, but the question is, should it have been a penalty? Brian Noble, Justin Morgan in the studio. What do you think?
Well, I certainly feel that it wasn't a penalty. You look at it from that vision, and maybe it's the case for the referee, but we encourage our players to be so fast and so strong. When you're committed to that kind of tackle, it wasn't a foul play. I think it was a harsh call on him.
Well, here we go again. High kick, taken easily enough by Maguire, and on by Peacock, and Tanya has news on the touchline. Oh, he's been lost here. It's lost. We'll go to Tanya in a second, because St Helens have a position now from which they can strike back. Graham to Wilkin. Here's Wellens.
It's just a little bit flat there, St Helens, just a little bit flat.
Well, the sun has suddenly come out, and St Helens find themselves in a very advantageous position here. Matty Ashurst. You can see how close they are here. Roby off from dummy half and tries to burrow in. Leeds' defence is wise to that and close him down.
Great defence, great body angle by Roby.
Wellens away to Moore. Moore with a step off the left foot, but into more trouble. Wilkins, swamped by Leeds defenders, still gets it away. The cries of a forward pass from the Leeds supporters. McGuinness is the man who's tackled. Here's Moore. Now Graham. Soft hands again by the prop. Wellens just held up. Roby. Moore looking for the kick to the corner. Smith's underneath it. Gardner's leapt superbly well, but in trying to get it away, has given it away.
Yeah, great take. Again, if you look at it there, Moore was going in the wrong direction for the right-footed kicker. Wilkin, the left-footed kicker, should be taking the kicks going to that corner, and then Moore should be taking the kicks going to the other corner.
Peacock with a drive. Tanya had news on the touchline. Tanya.
Yeah, just Kevin Sinfield took that knock on his shoulder. He's all right at the moment. They are keeping an eye on it, and you have seen him just moving his shoulder around there out on the pitch.
That is key. He stays fit for Leeds. That's a terrific kick. It's inside the 40, but it's not going to bounce out of play. Had it done so, it would have been Leeds' head and feed at the scrum. Instead, it's Wellens who brings it away, covering decent ground. Nearly 10 minutes played already here. Here's Gidley.
Oh, he wanted the guy on the outside to stay outside. But unfortunately, Ashurst is not a winger, so he couldn't keep up with him. The opportunity was there.
by Sean McGuinness, a young player who's really beginning to hit his straps, and that's one of the reasons why, his ability to offload like that. And Roby scampering away, 10 metres bought by the clever hands of McGuinness, and then the not so clever hands of James Graham on that occasion. Knock on.
Yeah, miracle ball. James Graham looking like he's going to ground. Support player, a little bit too close for him. Hargreaves.
Fiery character James Graham, he's very much the modern day prop forward. Has the impact, has the hands, has the all-round effort.
Okay, fellas, let him bind. Out.
Delaney
One.
with the initial drive.
Go.
Here's Burrow. And again by Chris Clarkson.
Move.
Part-time bricklayer 12 months ago. What a rise it's been for him. Here's Peacock now. Just seems to have been playing forever, Jamie Peacock.
Move. Hold. Go.
Yeah, just Kevin Sinfield's been in back play, just flexing his knee, not the shoulder, but he just seems to be flexing his right leg there, and just seems to be struggling a little bit.
Burrow. Clarkson. Oh, he got it away, but only to Gidley. And Gidley's doing well here. Support. Foster was quickly up there on his shoulder, but there were too many Leeds defenders to get it away.
Good play by Gidley. Looked for the pass, but it wasn't on. And again,
Flannery.
Lee Smith comes in off his line. Very clever play. Read the play.
Jimmy.
McGuinness.
Good. Move.
Still have tackles in the bag here. Still 3 tackles to come for St Helens, and they're in a decent position. Wellens, Gidley. Risky pass, but the odds were always in St Helens' favour. Here comes Roby. And Foster's the man who's moving up to acting half again now, trying to keep St Helens alive here. Wilking away, McGuinness again. He's getting involved in so much at the moment in the middle. 5 tackles gone, 1 to come. More is Roby. The attempted charge down, it's overhit.
And that's
massively overhit.
Yeah, that's the difference, you know. He's a hooker. Right idea, but execution poor. You need the right people in the right position. And St Helens have had good field position, good territory, you know, good possession. But what's coming out at the moment is that lack of creativity which you'd have, you know, from your proper halfbacks. They're doing a good job at the moment, but just that little bit of lack of creativity.
Possession and position is more or less shared, although St Helens just edging it in terms of the time they've had the ball inside the Leeds half. Sinfield. Oh, that's a nice one for Webb. Webb looked on the inside, but Maguire had gone the other way, but he's still going here, as is Burrow, with a broken play action. Maguire using the man on the inside as a foil, and Maguire with a step, and over the top it goes, just beyond the fingertips of Ryan Hall. And bouncing out of play. But a real chance for Leeds.
He was just screaming at the winger, be flat on my shoulder, but a lovely break. Should he have taken him on there? Why not, you know? Foster had him. Good running by Maguire. Initial break from Webb.
Leeds have made a change here. Burgess is the man who's come on, and Peacock is the man who's gone off. That'll happen all day, of course. So many interchanges allowed. 12 in total.
The St Helens fans are now screaming, not square at the play of the ball.
Here's Hargreaves.
Good. Move.
Roby. Now Graham. Back to Moore. And the shoulder in very quickly into Matty Ashurst. Robbie Burrow instrumental in the defence there, but Roby out from dummy half is looking to make ground with this kick.
Great kick.
Webb penned in the corner, and a very good chase as well. Robbie Paul, what news?
Well, this game's been played at such an intensity. You're going to need to keep your eyes on the Leeds halfback pairing, Danny Maguire and Robbie Burrows. They'll come into this more and more often as they start to see the St Helens defenders start to tire.
Sinfield. Maguire. Oh, Maguire just slipping round James Graham. Fortunately, Hargreaves was there from a St Helens point of view. Here's Burrow. Oh, it's loose handling. And Jamie Jones-Buchanan is just, he's not, he's lost it. It's Polatua. But the flag is up from the touch judge on the far side.
Should be interesting.
Well, the touch judge on the far side is James Child, who is a Super League referee, so he carries some authority. I'm not saying that not every touch judge carries authority, of course they do, but he more than most.
Okay, no problem. Paul! Paul! Tell Paul Rollins.
Let's see what the referee has to say here.
Okay, we're going to let challenge on the passer again.
Phil,
Yeah,
he's been so close to the line, he can't stay off him.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're deciding whether or not he's committed or not. We don't think he is. It's Francis Melly. You need to speak to him.
Their team is showing goals, they're always good.
That is absolutely pathetic. You have to say, you know,
See, James?
you have to have a you can't leave a guy of, you know, the quickness of feet just standing around. You've got to make the tackle. He stepped out to that tackle. That's a wrong decision.
Well, it's a common complaint from players and coaches, isn't it, that unless you play the game and coach the game, you don't entirely understand what's happening on the pitch, and that's one where the referee has seen something that he thought was wrong, but the players would tell you very differently.
And also, you know, Paul Wellens made a very valid point there. When you take it to the line, it's very, very difficult not to commit to the tackle.
Remains 2-0 for Leeds. The boot of Kevin Sinfield. All that separates these two sides with 16 minutes played. Here's Burrow. Inside for Bailey.
Move! Hold!
Baderas. Scampering left and then going right with a step to Sinfield and Burgess. Trying to muscle forward again.
Move!
Now moving ominously close here, Leeds. It's Burrow. Back to Webb. Plenty of cover defence for St Helens on the inside. Here's Clarkson now from dummy half. Bailey driving it in on the angle. That was tackle 5. Here comes the last. Baderas. Back to Burrow. Burrow looks and puts the short kick in, looking for the post. Got it, Wellens. As ever, superbly placed and very good hands.
He is magnificent in that situation.
Claims that he's being held down by the St Helens supporters.
Yeah, I think Sinfield went down at a bit of seconds there. Great play, just watch, makes a tackle. He said he wasn't tackled.
Total awareness. There's Wilkin, he's trying to work an overlap here. Smith having to come in to block the route for Melly, and it's going to be a penalty. St Helens way. Just a bit of a grab round the shoulders. Tanya Arnold.
Yeah, I've got Leon Price with me. Leon, what do you make of the opening skirmishes?
I think we look a little bit unsettled, well, obviously because we've not played with the two halves like this for quite a while. Leeds look dangerous. Maguire's running out of dummy half and looking sharp. Sinfield's took a couple of nice carries, but we look a little bit unsettled.
How's John Wilkin doing in your position?
He's doing good. Obviously, the more he gets into the game, the better. But you know, Wilco will play well.
Leon, thanks very much.
Right, no, cheers.
Here comes Ashurst. St Helens setting up camp inside this Leeds 20 here now.
Hold, lads.
3 tackles to come. Roby. Drive and a hard hit to the line. By Paul Clough, who's on from the interchange bench. Roby away to Polatua. Polatua almost in his stride, just grabbed round the ankles by Brett Delaney. Here comes Roby. Little twist by Clough. Lost it. Leeds breathe a huge sigh of relief.
The lack of organisation on last tackle, again, that comes from, you know, the half-back, and it is going to be difficult for the new half-backs to do that.
It's brewing up nicely, this game, isn't it? Ryan Hall and now Senior collecting from dummy half, and off he goes.
It's good play by
Maguire.
Senior.
He just stayed down on his haunches. Looks like he might have just got a little knock there as he took that ball in. There's Lee Smith, lost it and caught cleanly.
And they're saying he wasn't in an onside position.
We've seen a few handling errors so far, haven't we?
Yeah, that's the only thing with Leeds at the moment. They are putting themselves under pressure by mistakes.
9 in total, 5 against 4.
Move. Hold.
Here's
Go,
Roby.
3.
Moore. Wilkin. It's flat. Flannery gathered in the moment he got the ball. Wilkin away from dummy half. Wellens back to Roby. 3 surrounding, but still gets it away. And they're dangerous here. Clough changing direction.
So that's what.
Oh, and he's lost it again.
And that's the problem now. You've got forwards on the fringe. You've got your Ashurst. You know, there also Hargreaves. And they're not accustomed to being in that position, attacking people that are quicker than them.
Well, it's not the pure game that we expected so far, is it? It's
Say it again, please.
fascinating, it's intense, but it's yet to break out.
I think it's the game I expected from St Helens, you know, but looking at their bench as well, they're going to power up the middle and try and out-muscle. Great kick. Great kick. But I'm saying, like, you know, as Robbie said, because of all the forwards and the big men on the field, the half-backs from Leeds will be a threat the last 10 minutes of each half.
It's Burgess with the initial drive. This is Burrow. Bailey wanted it, but it goes to Webb. Webb just skipping away from intended tacklers, and Senior inside, and Webb will create one for Hall at the corner, and Ryan Hall will score it. But it's a try that owes so much to the power and precision of Keith Senior, with the angled run and the set-up pass, and finished superbly in the end by Ryan Hall.
Brent Webb's ability there to keep defenders away from him, keep the ball alive. Here we are, Webb, just watch. He dances, gets away, gets the pass. There he is, comes inside the offload, and Webb is there on the inside support. Very, very good try. Just watch. There he is. Fens, gets the ball away. Senior changes off the left foot, hand free, offloads again. Easy try, really, for Hall. He's going to finish him so easy, very clinical finisher.
Well, I think it's 24 tries now this season in all competitions for Ryan Hall. And playing on the outside of Keith Senior does help, but he's a very, very good finishing wingman. Big, powerful, plenty of pace as well. And Kevin Sinfield now has a chance to add another 2. Right-footed, so the natural angle to try and curl this one in. There it goes, and the flags will rise.
Great kick.
8-0 Leeds lead. And it is looking good from the Yorkshire club's point of view.
It is very, very clinical finishing. Difference at the moment is pace, I think. They look far more dangerous when they're on the attack.
St Helens need a quick response. Leeds looking to power it back to the other end if they can. 17 minutes of the first half remaining in the sunshine at Huddersfield, with the glorious of sunshine of Wembley beckoning here. Brian McLennan would love to be the coach that took Leeds back there for the first time in 11 years. So Leeds fans are in the best voice at the moment. Here's Sinfield. Kieran Cunningham's on the field, by the way. He's come on from Ashurst, I think.
Hold, go.
So it will be he and Roby and Moore on the field at the moment, but here comes Maguire down the middle.
Desperate tackle.
Oh, he's still going.
Desperate tackle by Moore. He was away there.
Badeiras from acting half. Sinfield again. Leeds looking to turn the screw here. Gardner's underneath it. Leaps well enough. Leeds have them where they want them. Tanya Arnold on the touchline. What news from you?
Dave, well, Kevin Sinfield was taking that conversion. Brett Delaney was getting some treatment, took a nasty knock on his knee, which apparently froze up, but they have managed to free it, but they are keeping an eye on him as well.
Not square at the play the ball, so a penalty here for St Helens. And a very welcome chance to clear their lines here, Jonathan.
Yeah, I felt that was a big set of 6, knocked the stuffing out of him a little bit, but Donny Maguire is looking very threatening.
7 years ago, he was an emerging talent, wasn't he, when he played that starring role in this semi-final here against St Helens.
Surrender!
Very much an established talent these days. Cunningham. Now Roby. He's trying to push the big fellas away, but Bailey's hanging on and Badira's hanging on too. 3 tackles to come. Cunningham. Here's Wilkin. Pulatua's running, but it's behind to Wellens, and Wellens gets it away, and Ashurst. Now, did it come off on Leeds' hands there? Gidley's claiming it did. The referee's saying it didn't.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Well, they're adamant, aren't they, Gidley and Foster, that touched the Leeds' hand on its way through. Touch judge on this near side, Clint Sherrod says no.
From that angle, you can't see. Gidley says it was. I don't think it did.
It didn't look like it, did it?
No.
It's like the right decision was made.
Yep.
Here's Senior again.
1. Move! Hold!
Maguire wants to get on with it.
Go! On the move, Cole Saints, come on. 2! Move! Wait. No.
Badiras. Leeds looking to get going again here. They are looking the better team at the moment, aren't they?
They are at the moment. You know, that link between forwards and backs looks a lot smoother, and you can understand why. Knock on.
Burgess knocked on.
But they can't afford to be, you know, making handling errors in their own half, because St Helens' quality side will capitalise on it. I think they've got to start mismatching and getting, you know, the bigger forwards like Flannery, Pulatua, running at Maguire and Burrow.
Here's Roby.
He is a great player, this kid, I tell you, Roby. Dangerous wherever he plays.
Wilkin. Now Clough. Saints looking towards this right-hand side of their attack. They'll switch the other way. Cunningham to Wilkin. In that pivotal role, Pulatua now. Such a big, strong fella that he's always capable of getting that ball away.
You can see his power of St Helens against the guile of Leeds at the moment.
Cunningham. Here's Moore off
Great
the left
ball.
foot. Wellens holding on nicely. Has he reached? I think he has, you know. He has. Paul Wellens with terrific hands there to hang on and drag St Helens right back into this semi-final.
Well played, Scott Moore. You have to say, the inside ball, this guy may be, you know, Wellens, one of the best players in Super League. There's the mistake, first of all, which sets up the position. Wellens maybe, you know, lacks that yard for international football, but their inside ball, he can sniff his way to the try line, and the referee could not be in a better position. Just watch. Great try, they're back.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Jamie Foster with a chance to put 2 more points on the board. He's a prolific kicker for a young man, Jamie Foster. Such an outstanding talent. Famously, they put a blindfold on him once in training and made him kick from the touchline. I think he got something like 6 or 7 out of 10, even with a blindfold on and right in front of the sticks. Even in the semi-final, he's not going to miss. 8 points to 6 the scoreline, and we have a very nicely balanced cup tie again here.
Just watch. Step inside, lovely inside ball. That call would have come from Wellens as well.
Just when it looked as though Leeds were turning the screw and taking control of this game, relatively speaking, St Helens with the old redoubtable Paul Wellens serving his coach Mick Potter well. Veteran of all 10 of St Helens' successive semi-finals. Remember this, their 10th successive semi-final they're playing today. Wellens the only one who played in them all.
Lucky there.
Thanks for a high shot from Gidley.
From Paul Burrow. Rob Burrow, sorry.
Tanya, what news?
I've got Leeds Rhinos' Luke Ambler with me. Luke, what do you make of the game so far?
It's been a tough battle so far at the middle. You know, we're killing ourselves a bit with ball. I think if we keep hold up ball and keep playing as fast as we are, I think we should get to grips with it and take this game to them.
Thanks very much, Luke.
Thank you.
Very good play by Cunningham there, and poor kick.
Well, the old man of Kieran Cunningham winning the penalty, didn't he? But then the opportunity wasted with that dreadful kick.
No.
Scott Moore, who played in the final last year for Huddersfield, but it was Roby.
I don't. Why is Roby taking the kick? Don't really understand that.
Well, this is a dropout on the 20, by the way, so it should still be St Helens who get possession back again.
Not
unless, of course, they knock on.
Well, not in the field position they would have had from the penalty, Dave.
Sinfield certainly put a lot of weight behind that, but it's taken well enough by Wellens, and here comes Pulatua to lead that St Helens chase, but Jamie Jones-Buchanan was up there quickly. Cunningham. Wilkins' way is blocked.
Move! Back up and hold.
Cunningham again now. It's the referee to get on with it. Here's James Graham. This time he does go head first into the collision. Trying to punch a way through, push that Leeds defence back a yard or two. Moore. Wellens quickly away to Flannery. That number 13 shirt so famously worn by Paul Sculthorpe, of course, until relatively recently. Melly left it behind. Oh, and it's going to be taken by Wilkin. Now the referee's made a judgment here. He was going to give a knock on, but he saw that Wilkin was going to score, so he thought I might as well wait to see if we can go to video referee.
I think it could be a knock on by Leeds. It could be a knock on by Leeds. I'm not sure, but there was definitely a knock on there somewhere. Wilkin was implying it first was from Leeds. We'll have to wait and see.
Wellens' pass off Melly. Well, there's the knock on.
Is it off the knee or off the hand? Let's have a look.
There's the pass.
Is that off the knee?
You've got to give that as a knock on, haven't you?
Well, does it touch? Hang on, let's have a look.
Yeah, he's got his hand. But then he knocked it backwards onto his knee.
No, that's yeah. I'm not.
Go on, sort that one out.
I don't think it'll be a try.
Well, the easy decision is no try.
Yeah. Yeah,
no try. Ian Smith making what you have to say is the right decision.
yes.
Twice now, St Helens have been denied. They're going to take their time with the scrum here. It's been a tough 30 minutes. It's not the hottest of days, but it is still an energy-sapping occasion. Tanya?
Yeah, Kevin Sinfield's now got his knees strapped up. It was actually in the challenge with James Graham some time ago. They've strapped it up to give it a little bit of support.
Move! Hold! Go!
Diskin. Newly shaved head, Matt Diskin.
2! Move! Hold! Go!
Diskin now picking up. Cunningham offside. Trying to line up Luluai, but he was offside.
It was, yeah.
Kevin Sinfield with a kick to try and get a bit more distance here. Robbie Paul is watching eagle-eyed on the touchlines.
Yeah, well, gents, the Leeds bench must be getting a little nervous because they've introduced Eastwood and Peacock back into the middle of the park. They must have been frightened that St Helens were making too much yards up the middle of the park. So they've gone in and put in the big power.
Well, there's some steel, isn't there? Peacock having led that drive. Here comes Barrow now. Luluai trying to push his way through. The man called Kiley. Diskin. Here's Sinfield. This is Eastwood.
Move!
And you can see how close they are. It's an excellent position here for Leeds as Diskin collects again and throws it back to Sinfield, and now Burrow. Burrow with a step off the left foot. The big men are just clutching at shadows as he runs past. Actually submerged under a couple of St Helens defenders. Diskin away. Maguire showing it, then giving it. Delaney crashing on.
Great angle, Delaney.
Well held by Wilkin. Diskin with a kick to the corner. And it just rolls out of play.
I think Scott Moore's struggling a little bit here, and as we mentioned, if he goes down, then they've got problems. Just limping a little bit. Starting to jog now, run it off.
One.
Well, he's okay for the minute.
Move.
We've got about 8 minutes to half time here. It's Cunningham away from acting half. Clough.
2. Move. Hold. Go.
Here's Cunningham.
Matt.
Bit of silence settling around the Gulf
it.
Arms Stadium at the moment.
The call was there. That's better. That is a kick which he says, I'm going to make sure this time.
Well, the St Helens fans were applauding, ironically there, weren't they, that they actually did find touch properly with that kick. But excellent position here for St Helens now. Cunningham, Pulatua, dragging in the defenders, trying to get that ball free.
2.
They're definitely winning the forward battle, aren't they, Saints?
Hold. Wait. Go. 2.
Cunningham again. Here's Clough.
3rd.
He's done a slice through those 2 Leeds defenders. Cunningham, Roby, using the men on the outside as a foil, but not fooling that Leeds line. They still have a couple of tackles left here, and Cunningham is over.
He scores.
Has he got it down?
How many times?
Yes, he has.
How many times have we seen that?
It's what he has made his trademark over the years. Kieran Cunningham barrelling out from acting half, and even though they knew it was coming, Leeds simply couldn't stop him. And Saints, from trailing and now in the lead, from 8-0 down, lead 12 points to 8. 10-8 rather.
They've just kept on coming. Here he goes. Clarkson, Burrow, and just bounces him off.
Well, no need for the video referee, the man who has a statue in his hometown. He's so popular, he's one of the greats of all time, the greatest of all time, they reckon, because when they had a vote to decide who the bronze statue was going to be of, which St Helens legend, it was Kieran Cunningham they chose. It's not a bad honour, is it?
It's a magnificent honour. How many statues around the place in the UK, let me tell you.
Well, there are not many people who get statues while they're still alive, do they? Jamie Foster, as we mentioned before, prolific, metronomic in his kicking ability, and over it goes. Never any doubt, so now it is 12-8. St Helens in the lead. But a great time to score and a great way to score.
It has just been a great play, this man, I'm telling you.
So 12-8 with about 5 minutes of the half remaining. And a cup tie, a cup semi-final that really has swung one way and the other. It looked as though Leeds were getting on top. Foster here, in keeping it in play, almost loses possession for his side, but does well to recover.
He did well there, because they've left the ball bounce a couple of occasions now. They've got to put more men in that area to take the kick on the full.
Real emerging talent, Jamie Foster. Cunningham barking out the orders as he moves up to acting half-back again here. Over the head of Roby, into the hands of Wilkin, along the line to Flannery. Melly was up there in support. Leeds defenders there in enough numbers and with enough determination. Gardner away from acting half.
Again, they've been so basic, you know. They've stuck to their game plan and done exceptionally well. Just watch, there you go.
Wilkin with a kick.
Might be a bit too much. Check on it.
Bounce is perfect. A little bit of backspin on the sandwich. And it means that Webb finds himself submerged by St Helens defenders before he's taken too many yards upfield. This is Hall. It's a good break by the winger. Ryan Hall now trying to get the pace on the outside of Wellens.
There we are. Look at that first half territory. Dominant, you know, dominant. And possession, they've been dominant. They've kept the ball.
Pick up by Diskin. Peacock looking for the offload. Decides to keep hold in the end.
Plenty of time in this half. Field position now.
Sinfield. Eastwood. behind him when he caught it, but does well to offload, and here's Luluai from a standing start, pushes away Clough.
Surrender! Stand up, boy!
So they still have 2 tackles. In fact, this is the last tackle now. Here's Burrow. Burrow slides it through. Little scampering, bouncing run. Wellens is there, gets back into the field of play. Consummate full-back work again.
Yeah, made that ball his own. Great call, forward he went.
2.
Just watch, that's what he want there. Plenty of bodies there, but there's only one man claiming it.
He is the master at that position. Flannery, Australian centre, with some experience as well. Cunningham probing the blind side where Roby's there to scamper away.
4. Move!
3 defenders doing their job.
Hold the 10, hold!
Moore. Jacob Emmett, the young prop forward, another of these
5.
young St Helens starlets who are coming through. Cunningham back away to Moore with a kick, and again just looking for a very basic, honest, efficient kick. That means that Leeds have to start inside their own half on this next set.
No, it's been a very professional first half by St Helens. The late change of Liam Price has affected their style of play. He'll be happy with their first half performance. Leeds won't panic, you know, still in the game, dangerous runners, but they just haven't had good field position or possession yet.
Move!
Always coming from their own, you know, half near the try line.
2. Move! No, hang on.
Diskin, here's Peacock, looking to surge it forward again.
Move! Hold! No, 3.
Diskin away from acting half, but sandwiched between 2 defenders. Webb with very good and quick hands. Sinfield, oh, he was given away! Melly's in his stride, and this time no doubts. Francis Melly slows to a walk underneath the sticks. St Helens are running away with it.
Just didn't need to do that. A blind pass over the shoulder. That is a sucker punch just before half-time. I said Leeds would have been happy with the possession of territory that they've had. Now it's time to regroup, and Sinfield will say that. Just watch here. The ball comes out, he turns, doesn't even look. Melly reads it because Delaney is going away from the pass. Strolls in, walks in, puts the ball down. Just watch, he doesn't even look. Melly reads it superbly well. And that is it. Once he hits it on the toe, no one's catching him.
Francis Melly's contract's up at the end of this season. He came very close there to the whitewash. I think he was always aware of where it was. I saw a little peering look from Phil Bentham just to make sure it was clean, but it was, no problems.
What they've done now, really, you know, as I said, they've strangled Leeds, really. All the power play, gone up the middle. As Robbie said, Leeds brought the big men on to try and stop that. But they've kind of just kept on chiseling away, got in front by Wellens, and then the mistake by Eastwood.
Foster adds a 2. 18 points to 8. A reminder that Leeds were leading this game by 8 points to 0 at one stage, and at that stage looked good.
Oh, miracle pass, didn't look. It was forward as well. And that's it.
Well, the hooter sounds on what has been a half of contrasts. Leeds, when Ryan Hall went in and touched down, looked like they were the side most likely to run away with it here. But St Helens hitting back, Wellens, Cunningham and Melly. It is they who are bossing it. Leeds 8, St Helens 18 at half-time.
Well, the loss of Liam Price meant that Saints had to hastily rearrange. You wouldn't know it from the half-time scoreline. Early mistakes from Leeds. That Melly try was disallowed. And Leeds should have scored there with Danny Maguire. But finally, they went through, got themselves on the scoreboard, the men in blue, after a penalty there from Kevin Sinfield. Ryan Hall there on the wing, scoring and it was converted. They led 8-0, but they have not scored since then. And although St Helens at times looked as if they didn't have much direction, Wellens and here Kieran Cunningham really forced themselves through, and mistakes from Leeds, notably that one to give Francis Melli a try, having had 2 disallowed, mean that Saints lead 18 points to 8. It's been such an interesting first half. I mean, Leeds looked like they were going to really dominate, and then St Helens coming back with 3 of their big men, Wellens, Melli and Cunningham. And Foster kicking pretty well as well. Let's hear what Robbie Paul makes of it. He's with Tanya Arnold.
So, Robbie, it's up and down first half, really, isn't it?
Yeah, there were times where there was some attractive rugby played, but there was also a lot of ugly rugby played as well. I think it was a game in 2 halves, like Dave said. I think Leeds were very dominant in the first 20 minutes, but in the second 20 minutes, St Helens are able to, they've got so many great players that can, turn the game on a dime, and that's what they did. Individuals coming to the forefront and scoring points.
Leeds, though, will be cross at the errors they're making, won't they?
Very disappointed, and those errors, they've not just led to more tackles, they've actually led to points, and I think that's going to be the most disappointing thing for them, because at times in this game they really had it by the throat. The St Helens forwards were starting to drop off defensively. The Leeds halfbacks were coming into their own game, causing a lot of problems around the middle of the field, and they'll think that they've really lost that half by their own mistakes as opposed to St Helens being so good.
Thanks ever so much, Robbie.
Let's have a look at the first half statistics. In terms of possession and territory, it's pretty level. St Helens ahead 55% to 45 and 58 to 42. Errors made, well, there on the page it says it looks equal. Well, near enough. I mean, Leeds with 7 and St Helens with 8, but the scoreline would suggest otherwise. Penalties conceded, dead level. Set completion was very low midway through that first half, has slightly improved. But Brian Noble and Justin Morgan, first of all, Mick Potter, with his Saints players, must be thrilled at how they've gelled.
Absolutely thrilled, and I think the turning point for me anyway was the introduction of Cunningham and Puliatua. I just thought they changed the course of what St Helens were doing. They went forward first, which gave their, if we like to call them new halfbacks, Moore and Wilkin, a bit more space to ply their trade, and as Robbie quite rightly points out, Paul Wellens comes up with a fabulous play under the sticks, and Kieran Cunningham scores a trademark, I'm going to stop me if you can try, and all of a sudden the complexion of the game is totally different. I think Leeds have helped them, and Brian McLennan we were talking about probably the mistakes at their end of the field, because there's no doubt they need a fair share of possession, Leeds. If they do, Maguire's looked very threatening, their outside backs have looked very, very threatening, but maybe it's a little bit of cart before the horse at the moment for Leeds.
He looks very calm there, Brian McLennan. I mean, Justin, in those situations, it must be so frustrating for a coach. You'd want to stand and scream at them.
Yeah, but you've got 10 or 15 minutes there and you want to be constructive. He's obviously most going to give his feelings, to his senior players and to the rest of them. It's important for them. They're going to make errors. They've made errors in the first half, but they have to defend them. That's what they're not doing at the moment. St Helens, they've made some errors as well, but they've been able to defend them, and that's most the difference. So, they do look dangerous when they got the ball, but defensively they look a little bit shaky at times.
Well, let's have a look at a few of the key incidents in the first half, starting first of all with St Helens, who looked like they were going to get on the scoreboard first, but this try for Francis Melli was disallowed. Yeah,
I think it's a fair call. I think Flannery knocks the ball on, and I think the official, the video referee has got it completely right. If he tackles the man and he loses the ball, then it's play on, but he definitely makes his hand knocks that on. That's a knock on every day of the week, so he got that. That's the right call.
They've been very consistent this year with this kind of ruling, and that's all you want from them. And almost every time this year, whether it be in the Cup or in the league, that's happened. That's been the result, so you can't complain about that one.
It meant that we waited 20 minutes for a try that was allowed, and this came from Ryan Hall. Classic stuff, Justin.
Yeah, good one. I mean, they looked, nothing was really happening here. They had plenty of space, but you see here, Gidley, he comes in, and if he makes this tackle, it's no problem. But the problem is, he comes in, he misses the tackle, and he's got all that space that he would normally defend, and the likes of Graham have to come along on the inside, and too far for them to come across on the inside to stop that. Good little bit of skill. This angle will really show how far Graham has had to come. You can see him there, just in the screen there with the ginger hair, and he just doesn't have enough energy to get across the field there to put any pressure on Webb, and he picks up a little bit of luck there because the ball bounces off Foster's hand into the hands of Hall, and he goes over for a nice try. But I think Gidley will be very disappointed with his attempted tackle on that occasion because he was looking to shut the play down.
And it was at that stage that Leeds were leading 8-0. Now, Brian McLennan there going through what he wants the players to do differently. Can you read the sign language?
I just think a little bit more field position, because I think Maguire looks very, very threatening. Burrow needs to run more for me. He's had a few opportunities with space and people on his outside to be that threat that he is. Badeiras, as Justin pointed out at the start of the game, when he's on the field, they look a fabulously competitive team, don't they? So the 2 scores is not beyond Leeds at all.
And there's the St Helens dressing room. And, you know, they put 18 points on the board between that 20-minute marker and the end of the half.
That's classic St Helens, you know. They tend to score, then they score in blocks normally, you know, and this is their second try. This is really well-worked play. This is the play beforehand, this one here that sets it up. You can see the 2 players that were highlighted, 27 and 9. They get involved in the tackle. The play, the ball is very similar position to the one before, but they've got the 2 less defenders. And we see here, Brent Webb, number 1, he's highlighted there. He's in 2 minds. He normally will be out the back here looking for the kick. He has to come into the defensive line here, and it's not a normal position for him. Recognised there by Moore, finds the fullback there, sniffing in and around the ruck, and a really clever play because it was set up from the play before, and it was a great read from Moore and Wellens to realise that Brent Webb was in the line and to exploit that.
And Paul Wellens just keeps rolling. And it amazes me, and you're going to see Kieran Cunningham here just go straight through the middle as well to score. It amazes me, top-level sportsmen, they have no awareness of their own safety. They just focus on the line, the ball, score the try.
That's a classic Cunningham effort. And do you know something? The team in blue there are knowing that he's going to run. Clarkson and Burrow and Senior think Cunningham's at the line, he's going to run. But Kieran said, stop me if you can. He gets great body shape and body lean.
And here's the final try for St Helens, an interception from Francis Melly.
Yeah, I think Eastwood's fired that ball out there without looking. I think this element of daring do from both teams, they like to play. That's why their error counts are high, because they want to play football. Leeds offload mode. I think Eastwood's thrown the ball blind, and it's cost them dearly because there is space on the fringe. And if you look, Francis Melly's one of the last people in the frame for Saints, but that's as good as a try pass for Francis Melly. He really was smart in looking at what Eastwood was doing and getting the ball back.
And we don't need to do it in slow motion because he does it for us.
Yeah.
Very comfortable. Now, Danny Maguire should have scored for Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just a poor play there from him at the end there. I thought he most probably could have taken on. I think it was Foster was the last player he came across here. You see there's a nice play there. Great push on the inside there by Burgess. He gets through there. He beats the fullback. I thought he would have taken Foster on there. He was most probably expecting Ryan Hall to be there, not to be. And again, Brian's already mentioned, they look dangerous when this man touches the ball. He's had so many opportunities in the first half to get his hands on the ball, and his coach will be telling him, get your hands on the ball, you need to threaten their line.
And he'll be saying to himself, why didn't I keep going? Could have just kept going and would have scored there. The scoreline, 18-8, St Helens lead, doesn't reflect necessarily what's been on the pitch or indeed what might happen in the second half. An interested spectator here is the New England coach, Steve McNamara. Let's find out what he makes of it. He's with Tanya.
Thanks very much, Claire. What do you make of the game then, Steve?
I think it was a real edgy start to the game, the first start to be fair. I don't think both sides have truly relaxed there. There's a whole lot of football, a lot more football to come from both teams, and I think it'll make it a very interesting second half.
What do you think the changes in the St Helens team with Leon Price being out have been done?
He's been in good form for him, there's no two ways about it, and it'll have been a big loss to him. I'm not sure how earlier in the week he dropped out there, but a big loss for Saints. But obviously it'll probably have thrown Leeds a little bit at the back end there. They may have had a game plan setting around, doing certain things there, and then suddenly when one of those key components in there, it's a little bit what do you go do next. So interesting to see the second half. I think both teams really, particularly Leeds, probably just need to relax and play some of the football we know they can.
Do you sit and watch it and think, no, please don't get injured?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, there's some fantastic English talent on show out there, and yeah, plenty of players who are in contention for the end of the year.
You must be particularly pleased with some of the young players who seem to be coming through.
I think there's some fantastic young players throughout the whole of the competition, not just in these two teams. I think not only the great players, the great personalities and professional people as well. I think it's credit to all the coaches in the Super League, the way they're fostering some of this young talent.
Are you pencilling in names as we speak for the Four Nations?
Oh, there's plenty of names in for contention. I think whilst there's a real healthy debate as to who shouldn't get picked for England, we're in a healthy position. It was not too long ago when nearly everybody could probably pick a 24-man squad, whereas now you can genuinely say there's a whole host of players who have got serious contentions for going on that tour.
To quickly put you on the spot, who's going to win this one?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think obviously Saints are at the upper hand here in terms of being in front, and they're a very good team. Well, we're used to these big challenges, but you can never write off Leeds as well. I think Like I said, I think both teams will probably relax a little bit more this second half and play some real attractive football.
Steve, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, there's plenty to discuss, both on the outcome of this match and what Steve McNamara was saying there about possible new names into the England fold. If you're a real rugby league fan, you'll want to press the red button at 4:30. We've got a forum today. We'll have one tomorrow as well. And email us any questions on rugbyleague@bbc.co.uk. If you're staying on BBC One, then final score is coming up after this programme. It's at 4:40. First day, obviously, of the new football season. And we have Match of the Day live at 5:05 on BBC One. Leeds versus Derby. A lot of people around here will either be there or watching it very closely. Jake Humphrey presenting from Ellen Road. And tomorrow, part 2 of the Challenge Cup weekend with the second semi-final. Join us tomorrow at 3 o'clock on BBC Two. But a great second half here to come, and they're going to have to do plenty of that, Leeds. Lots of running and lots of bonding as well out there on the pitch. Let's rejoin Jonathan Davis and Dave Wood. St Helens out early and standing there with their arms crossed, waiting for Leeds.
They're ready, aren't they? They're well used to this semi-final situation.
I think they'll have to do more than bond on the field. I think they need some points, to be honest. That's what Leeds need.
And running on the spot is not to be encouraged in a game, is it? And St Helens, their 10th consecutive semi-final. They've won 6 of the previous 9. It's a record-extending run that they're on here today. Ellery Hanley is with us today, one of the all-time greats, of course, a former Leeds and St Helens player, along with Wigan and Bradford, and a glittering Great Britain record as well, both as a player and as a coach.
And dancing on ice.
Yep.
I couldn't believe when I saw him all that sequin stuff.
And just looking at him briefly there, he looks as though he could still play. He was a fantastic athlete, wasn't he?
He was. Great player.
A man who scored great tries and then became a great scorer of tries as his career developed. Here, Leeds looking to get this second half underway and looking to get their semi-final underway as well, having led by 8 points to 0. Rather stuttered ever since then, and St Helens have taken hold of it, leading 18 points to 8.
Yeah, I think they need, territory and possession. Now, that's what they need, to get the ball in the opposition 20-metre area. That's where they were dangerous.
So this first set at the start of the second half, St Helens in possession, and will be just keen to keep hold of it. 5 good drives and then a kick maybe, just to set a platform if they can. Nothing fancy required in these early stages.
I tell you what, James Roby took a knock there. He's limping now.
He is. You can just see the trainer alongside him, or you could. Well, that's what they didn't want to do, St Helens, lose possession. Tony Pulatua putting one finger in the air to signify 1 minute of big effort here, because John Wilkins knock on.
Yeah, big mistake. That's the opportunity that Leeds wanted. Field position, attacking position for them very early in the second half.
Well, Roby's 2 in on that right-hand side, the St Helens defence. It'll be interesting to see if Leeds run at him. In fact, they've gone the other way.
No, yeah, he is definitely limping. He's running it off now.
Hold.
This is Diskin. About 20 yards away. Peacock had to take it in. Lulai just overrunning on the outside.
Move.
Peacock drives.
Hold.
This is Diskin. It's with Maguire. Throwing it away to Webb. Webb to Senior. Senior to Hall. No questions about the pass. But there is a question about obstruction. Well, for my money, it looks as though it might have been a forward pass. Well, Senior to Hall, but there's an earlier question.
You can't say the forward pass, though, Dave, can you? That's not in the equation. If it was forward or not, that doesn't matter. He's just looking at the obstruction.
Well, again, the body language, Saints trying to present it as it being in their favour. What do you reckon?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's Roby, and he was committed, wasn't he? Let's just have a look at this. Eastwood comes in.
He's not crossed in front of
Does Roby make the tackle? I don't think that's obstruction.
And the pass looked good, actually, didn't it? It didn't look forward from that angle.
Hang on. Well, if it's... That's a try then, isn't it?
Yep, you'd have thought so. Dummy runner. There's a fine line often between whether the man running into the defensive line is just a dummy runner or is obstructing the defence. Ian Smith decides on this occasion he was a dummy runner, legitimate enough, no problems with that. And what a perfect start to the second half from Leeds. Ryan Hall with his second try of the game. And they've just pulled themselves up by the bootstraps here.
Yeah, given the opportunity, there's the knock-on. John Wilkin will not be happy. He had a very, very solid first half. There we are, the dummy runner. And I think that James Roby was injured and he took on himself to commit to the tackle. And unfortunately for him, it was the wrong call. He went in very, very early, exposed his outside backs. Give and take, good finish, try. Thank you, back in the game, Leeds.
And a big kick for Kevin Sinfield. Ryan Hall's second try, his 25th of the season so far. Kevin Sinfield, who's got a perfect kicking ratio so far. Looking to add another 3 that pulls Leeds back to within 4 points. Pinpoint. 14 for Leeds. 18 for St Helens. From a neutral point of view, exactly what we needed in the second half, and certainly from a Leeds point of view, they will relish this moment.
He wasn't even looking, was he? He's looking at the ball carrier, James Roby, unfortunately. Good finish, give and take.
So Leeds back in it.
Time that run,
Foster
lads.
with a restart. Now St Helens scored 3 tries without conceding. Can Leeds do something similar here to put themselves back in front? Or are we going to get a big response from St Helens in these next few minutes? Peacock takes it in for tackle 2. Here's Diskin. Eastwood with a bit of a debt to repay his side, having literally gifted Saints a try in that first half. Sinfield. He was inside the 40.
If his kick's got to take it, that's it. Well played, Gardner.
Had to gather that one in, because had it gone out of play again, it would have been Leeds' head and feet at the scrum. As it is, St Helens can bring it away. Wilkin. It's driven forward by Wellens. Tanya has some early news. Tanya.
Yeah, just a little bit from what the team doctor said. The Saints told to be patient but keep playing for their field position. Leeds told to stick to the game plan, cut out the errors and get an early score, which they have of course done.
Illuminating stuff as Roby brings it forward and manages to make the halfway. This is Cunningham barreling in again. Paul Clough taking a tumble, and they're already up at tackle 6 here. This is Wilkin. Looking to steeple one high on that left foot. Webb comes forward, Wellens too. The 2 fullbacks both have eyes on the ball, but it's a sensational catch by Brent Webb.
Didn't take his eyes off the ball there.
So much pressure here, you'd have heard Wellens. Kept his concentration completely. And Maguire threatening to rip through. Cunningham couldn't quite keep hold, but 2 more are back to make the tackle. Here's Diskin.
That's forward pass. There we are. Left didn't see it.
Diskin.
And they're on a roll now, Leeds, aren't they?
Just getting a bit of pace down the middle here from the play the ball. Sinfield now moving it wide. Delaney.
Good tackle.
Melly was a huge handful. And Delaney had to cope with him without thinking about getting the ball away. Maguire puts it high now. Foster's coming in. Hall's underneath it. Foster's taking it. That's another super catch. And a good step away. This is good play by the young winger. It's what marks him out as a real one for the future, isn't he? Terrific play on this, the biggest of stages. And a penalty for St Helens.
Yeah, not 10 yards. And they did have enough time to play it to get back there. He was held down, Foster. Definitely in front, you see them. I think it was Clarkson more than Diskin.
Scott Moore with the duty of finding touch in the Huddersfield side that beat St Helens in the semi-final last year when he was on loan at that club.
And this is where St Helens have to play. That's the thing. If Leeds have a good kicking game, I can't see St Helens scoring from distance because they haven't got the pace, you know. This is where they have to be.
There's Roby showing no signs of that earlier injury. Maybe he has run it off. Cunningham now collects and claiming that Luluai's in his way. The referee says play on. In by Jacob Emmett.
Any trick in the book.
Cunningham hands on hips, but he'll explode potentially in a minute. Instead he passes it out. Gidley stepping, reaching. Has he gone over? Or is he dragged back? Phil Bentham's not sure.
Third tackle, checking the grounding. Possible double movement.
Possible double movement.
Right.
Now if he was tackled, put the ball down and then reached again.
The one thing about this player is he can sniff a try line. Watch his body angle. He goes low very early. He spots Burrow in front of him. Hall comes in. I think that is that. Well, I think that's on the line because he certainly isn't a double movement. He hasn't moved it yet, has he?
No, there's no double movement.
So he's either on it or he's not. If he's on the line to try, there's no double movement. I think we've seen enough, maybe.
Well, that appears reasonably conclusive.
That's the same angle, so. That's a try. That's his elbow is over the try line.
Yeah. That looks good enough.
His head's on the try line. The ball's in front of his head.
There's always a total difference between a ball and a head.
Yeah.
Here comes a decision, an easy one for Ian Smith. The video referee, he's had a few today, and he pushes the button to tell you that Matt Gidley has scored a very important try for St Helens.
Very, very important there, Dave. And very good play by young Foster. Took the ball, made yardage, then an offside, given field position. As I said, that's where Saints want to be. A blow for Leeds. They have to respond. They have the pace, Leeds. They will be in this game for the 80 minutes.
Well, it all started with this young man, didn't it, at the other end of the field when he took that high bomb. Tough, superbly well, and then the step and the little clearing run.
Tough kick this is. This is the toughest kick.
Well, he's hit it sweetly enough, but the St Helens fans behind those sticks remain on their seats, and the touch judges' flags waving down, but 14 points to 22. It's an 8-point gap. Means that Leeds have to score twice here to put their noses ahead. Matt Gidley with a try in the 47th minute.
Time to run, lads.
Are St Helens on their way back to Wembley? Or are Leeds able to find a route back into this game? And a route back down Wembley Way, a voyage they haven't taken since 1999. It's a long, long time between drinks for a big club like Leeds.
Oh, big hit. Lulai lined him up, tried to smash him, really.
Cunningham. Down this blind side, Flannery. Stepping it forward. Oof, you'll be glad he didn't fully make contact there, won't he? Roby gathered in.
Move! Hold. Wait, lads.
Here comes Cunningham. Moore. Just looking for field position, not the best of kicks. But difficult bounce for Ryan Hall, makes it a little better, and Moore's very quickly up there in support.
Yeah.
Lee Smith has a bit of a habit of scoring important tries.
He has. And maybe that's the reason he had the nod today, but he hasn't had much of the ball, has he?
Penalty for Leeds. Just a slightly uncomfortable seat that Brian McLennan's sitting in at the moment. The Leeds coach, knowing that his side are just on the wrong end of it at the moment. Sinfield's kick has given Leeds this position. Diskin, Maguire, here comes Peacock. Shoulder first and barges forward, setting the platform. Now Diskin. Maguire, here the fancy feet, and my word, he sold the dummy there on Kieran Cunningham. But he ran into Scott Moore.
Smashed him.
Burrow, flat ball, Eastwood.
He won't be offloading for a while, let me tell you.
Diskin. Oh, Lulai wasn't expecting that. He was a very flat support player in the line, and he was not expecting that pass.
That was just set up to take one in for the ball to come wide, because they were stacked on the right-hand side. Pass was too powerful, really. Just watch. You've got to just pop that up for Lulai to run onto it. You can't just flip it out.
Don't forget the red button for them, by the way, after we've finished on this game. Push the red button and email us anything you want to talk about in terms of rugby league. rugbyleague@bbc.co.uk. Talk about this game, tomorrow's game, and lots of the different issues that are abounding in rugby league. For example, you might want to talk about the start of next season. Anyway, here comes Foster with a break down the right-hand side. Oh, and he threw a pass, wasted a pass. Well, the referee has given a knock-on here against Leeds. It's the right decision.
What skill, great skill here on the short side. Just watch. There's a great tackle by Rob Burrow. He's not in touch. Ball goes back. And I think the knock-on was by Eastwood. Just watch the skill. 1, 2, 3. Gidley, great skill.
Well, the more you see of Jamie Foster, the more impressive he seems to get. Meantime, St Helens in prime position again here. Another try might just knock the stuffing out of Leeds. Might just carry them down Wembley way.
I think that belief is there now. I can sense that belief coming through St Helens. Uncertainty from the injuries and the change of personnel, but now you can feel that they're growing in stature.
Wilkin held up 5 yards away. Ryan Hall wants more defenders on his side because he fears Saints are going that way, and indeed they are. Here comes Gidley. But look how many Leeds players are in.
But again, he fancies his chances against Burrow.
Back it's spun to Wilkin. Leeds his line advancing. On for Clough.
This will go up in the air. Wilkin.
Little push on Clough, but the referee says get up. Here comes Wilkin. End over end it tipples here. Lee Smith underneath it, but Gardner's there, throws it back. Oh, they just got in each other's way. And Bryn Hargreaves consumed by Leeds defenders. Oh, and he's almost over. Almost over.
Yeah, I think they neglected the fact that Trident was so near, just didn't want him to pass.
Well, they got away with it. It's all good fun, isn't it? And Leeds now with a big job on their hands, because having got the ball back, they've got to make some distance here. Look how close they are to their own line. And that will help. Oh. That really will help.
Straight out, Matt. Move. Go.
12 minutes and a half.
Here we are. Taking our possession once again. Favouring St Helens.
Hold. Go.
And also, but Leeds, look, territory's a lot better, but
2. Move.
Most of the territory has been in, the possession has been in their own half.
There's little Rob Burrow, only recently back from injury, so maybe not at his sharpest. It's Hall, and again under pressure, slipped it away, and Moore drops on it, and Saints have it again.
Why do they do that? Why do they go to the touchline, and why do they just flip it out the back? They need possession. They've got to keep the ball in hand.
19 times one side or the other has lost possession so far today.
You've got to just take a leaf out of St Helens' book. Handling errors has been minimal, and they've just kept on going. They've stuck to this game plan. Usually very, very expansive, St Helens, but today they have a job to do, and at the moment doing it well.
Oh, Graham with a wonderful offload. Cunningham to Wellens. Cunningham again, hands on hips. He looks for any money as though he's puffed out, doesn't he? But he's not. Here's Wilkin. Wriggling another yard or two, but here comes tackle 6, and look how quickly Cunningham's up there again to get them going. Gidley tries to put the kick through, knowing it was the 6th.
I think Scott Moore at the moment had a great game. Chased everything, kicked everything, out of position.
Leeds looking for the quick play of the ball. Maguire.
2. Move.
Leeds need someone to lift them now. There's plenty of time left. They just need a lift.
Well, there is, isn't there? 27 minutes, 26 minutes still left to play. 8 points is nothing.
Nothing. A momentum will change. Just need someone to stick his hand up and say, right, lads, come on.
Disc it away to Bailey. Bailey trying to bustle his way through.
One big hit, 140-20 will do it. there's no need for him to. Look, he's outside. That's all he had to do there, Rob Burrow, was to hang on.
Well,
this is what, I always argue, I think I argue with Brian in the studio sometimes. Just watch, if he holds back a little bit, right, that's an easy kick. That's an easy kick. He could have got, look at the target he had. He had another 18 metres to hit for the 40-20. He should have just held back a little bit, and then just gone for the foot. And that 140-20 would have just lifted the whole side, the whole Leeds spectators.
As it is, it's St Helens who get the head and feed, and here's Gardner. Head snapping back in the tackle. He was hit hard in the chest. Graham running into Bailey and Sinfield and Diskin. Huddersfield looking resplendent at the moment. These two fine sides battling out a very good semi-final. Still has time to be a classic as well. Roby away. Ryan Hall lumbering back now. Was he inside the 40 here? Ryan Hall certainly not taking any chances. The touch judge was right there, but Ryan Hall's done well in the end to keep it in. Here's Webb. Burrow. Senior. Here's Rob Burrow again. Peacock. Maguire.
He's committed now. Great tackle again. That's anyone watching. If one goes in, you've all got to go in. Great tackle.
With the tackle the arm away from Maguire, so it's not a knock on. It's straightforward handover here. 6 tackles from here. More. So a platform for St Helens to build from. Roby, Flannery, Melly, brushing 2 away, and 3, still going, searching across the line. Oh, it's a dreadful pass. It's a dreadful pass. The opportunity's passed up.
I think a rush of blood there. Stick it up your jumper, Francis, and take it in.
Jones Buchanan.
Because they were in disarray, Leeds.
That was an escape. Robbie Paul, what do you make of it all?
Well, St Helens have thrown Leeds a lifeline there. Leeds are their own worst enemy at this point in time. What they need to do is get into St Helens half, stay down there and build some pressure by getting back-to-back sets. At the moment, they're trying to score in every single set that they're playing.
Bailey on the halfway line.
As you said, Dave, there's plenty of time left. There's no need to chase it yet.
Burrow with the duck and the dart.
Move, back up. Hold, go.
Tackle 6. Webb just dabbing it over the top, making St Helens do the hard work. Wellens letting it bounce. This makes it a little more awkward. Galloping away. So Saints start from a tough position here. Foster picked up, dragged back by Buderis.
He could be the spark. He could be the spark, Buderis.
Leeds really lifting it here. You can sense it, can't you? They know that it's important to keep St Helens here, not give away penalties, not give away breaks, force Saints to kick from deep inside their own half. Job done on 4 tackles. Job done on 5. So Saints forced to kick here. And they're going left. More. Webb with the catch. And it means that Leeds will start their set from here. Not bad from Saints in working it away from their own territory. Senior. Good offload. Burrow. Ready, willing and able and stepping, but
good tackle.
Ankles taken by McGuinness, and here comes Senior again now. Keith Senior inside Maguire. Maguire with a juggle, and Danny Maguire has done it. And you have to say, hats off to Keith Senior again.
Fantastic by Keith Senior. Fantastic, and then that's what you need. There's the spark. There's the finish. Is this pass forward though? Got to put a dampener on it. But great play by both players. Fantastic try, and that's what Leeds can do.
Oh, that's terrific.
He runs in, comes across. Just watch him, he's tracking him. He catches it. Great finish. Right, now this is it. Is it forward? Great play, comes in, stretches the arm, forward.
Well, let's not take away though from the quality of the play. Senior suddenly injected himself there as if to say, let's make something happen, and he made it happen, didn't he?
And that's what happens. He goes in, he attacks the forwards who are tired.
And Sinfield's goal means there are only 2 points in it again. 20 points to 22. Senior with a terrific run down the middle. Maguire, there would have been so many hearts in mouths. Oh, and he just held on.
He had the pace to get there, you know, he's going to catch that ball. He's a great support player. This guy.
Onside, lads.
Well, here we go. It's all on now.
He'd be a lot happier.
Leeds 20, St Helens 22. 1 hour played, 20 mesmeric minutes still to come. Bailey. Good charge by him. Penalty given. St Helens' turn to be just a little bit rattled and rocked here.
Guys interference, he pulled him back.
And given 2 penalties away now in key areas. Lost possession.
Sinfield's kick. Mick Potter suddenly a little more worried than he would have been, the St Helens coach. But they can wear the smiles, at least of hope, because their side are still trailing.
One, move, hold, go.
Badeiras.
Hey.
Burrow. It's been grabbed up by the big man.
Move.
Put down. 4 tackles to come here, Leeds, giving themselves a very good position. Jones Buchanan. What little pop out of the back door. Senior again. Still battling away. Hauled down in the end. Badeiras. Bailey. Wrapped around the hips by Graham.
He's added something, Badeiras, definitely.
You can feel the noise now. You can feel the momentum shifting to Leeds.
Oh, well done, Lee Smith.
Back to Sinfield.
Why are they throwing these balls?
Here comes tackle 6.
It'll
St
go right.
Helens in defence, desperate to hang on. Maguire measures it, give it away.
Oh, calm down, like they're all going crazy, aren't they?
Wilkie with a little flick pass
I know. I thought Wilkie should have just pinned his ears back and gone for it and just put yardage away from their try line. I think they're all struggling at the moment. They need to find a second, third or fourth wind.
There is a flatness about Saints at the moment, isn't there?
It's all about momentum. We've spoken about it so many times, and at the moment it's Leeds. Can they score again? Well, they've got it. But Saints will come back.
And they're just getting as much oxygen into their lungs as they can at the moment. They're a side just for the moment running on empty, but they will get it back. Kick from Wilkin.
And they've got to keep their concentration here as well, because Leeds have got the players to go from here.
They'll take their time here. Both sides are tiring, as you would expect. So deep into a game like this.
Move, hold, go.
It's Badeiras. It's Brett Delaney.
2, move, hold, go.
Peacock. Jones Buchanan.
3rd.
Take
move.
that.
Waits goal.
He's taken it and he's given a bit as well. And Leeds on the fringes. Here's Senior again.
4, move.
If Burrow had been behind, he would have offloaded, but Burrow was ahead of him. Badeiras away from acting half. Wonderful! Absolutely sensational by Danny Badeiras. Webb's going over, but it is Badeiras they're swamping to congratulate for the break of the pass. And Leeds, in the blink of an eye, are in the lead again.
What an impact. I thought he would make an impact. The intensity he's brought to Leeds is coming on has been spectacular. Defensively, he's stepped up and done some big hits. And now, moment of magic. You're not the best player in Australia for nothing. Spotted the gap. And then the lovely offload. Just watch. Disarray. He goes in, out, puts his foot down, flips the pass. Good full back play, good support play. But all the congratulations goes to Danny Badeiras. Great play, great flick.
Well, Brent Webb with a big smile on his face because he knew the job had been done. It's the kind of try that St Helens normally score against opponents. But it was they who found themselves, as Jonathan said, in complete disarray. The outstanding dummy half play by Danny Banderas. Kevin Sinfield with a chance to add the two. It just shows how the game's evolved, doesn't it, in your day, all those years ago. 6 and 7 and 13 were the key players, and they're still fairly influential, but the number 9 these days is so important, isn't it?
Dave, you know, I don't think it has. It's the key players. The workload has increased, definitely, but the key players, 9, 60, 9, 6, 7. The work is done by, the forwards. The key players are done by those kind of players. Just watch him. Disarray at marker, he spots it, lovely offload, good support. Now it'll be interesting to see how St Helens respond, because if Leeds can score again...
Well, it's an absolutely fabulous cup semi-final.
Discipline has gone a little bit as well.
But St Helens are by no means out of this.
No. But they've got to respond now.
Tanya Arnold on the touchline, what news?
Yeah, Matty Ashurst has just headed for the dressing room with a nasty cut over his eye. He's going to have stitches.
Thanks, Tanya. 15 minutes left to play, and it is still absolutely in the balance here, and do not rule out extra time. Oh, big hit by Graham on Burgess. Prop to prop, shoulder to shoulder.
You can sense that with Leeds. Good tackle, Pulatua. You can sense it now. Leeds are thinking, if we can just get another one now.
Webb away to Jones Buchanan. Jones Buchanan down that left centre's channel. Couple of tackles to come here. Leeds will finish the set inside St Helens half. Sinfield, Bailey looking for the offload. Sinfield thought about over top, then Maguire, who was kicking, passing, running before he even caught it.
Yeah, catch it first, usually a good tip. They've certainly picked up the tempo now, Leeds.
Don't forget the red button. Email us rugbyleague@bbc.co.uk. Rugby League issues. Let us know what you're thinking at the moment. All starts 4:30 after we've finished here. The sport rolls on and on. Final score, BBC One at 4:40. First day of the new championship, the football championship season, of course. And to underline that fact, match of the day live, BBC One, 5:05. Leeds United against Derby County. Penalty tack restart for St Helens here inside the Leeds half. Remember, if it is all square, after 80 minutes, we go to the golden point, extra time. And we've seen that drama on a couple of occasions now, haven't we? Justin Morgan's Hulkingston Rovers involved last season against Warrington. Lee Breers, the man who was the hero for Warrington on that day. Who will be involved tomorrow, of course. Warrington against Catalan. That's a match you'll see on BBC Two tomorrow afternoon. It'll be as good as this, you know. Make sure you're watching. And this is far from finished. Here's Roby. 12 yards away. Wilkin. Pulatua. Senior. Pulatua. Knock on. Knock on. Desperately hard pass for Scott Moore to gather in. And one or two of the Leeds players said something. Scott Moore's incensed. And unwisely reacts.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's one part of Ryan Bailey's game that I don't like.
Started by Bailey, response by Moore, and then nothing more after that. Okay, mate, no worries. Scott, Ryan. Time off, it's okay, I'll deal with it, thanks.
He doesn't need to do it, does he, Ryan Bailey?
Paul, do you want to come in? He's walking away, okay.
Invitation to the Saints captain.
Nothing stupid at this stage, fellas. Somebody going to give a penalty away, it could cost you the game. Hey, yeah, but there's also a retaliation. Okay.
Anyway, I just watched the tap on the head. He comes in now, Bailey. Just watch. There's no need for that, you see.
He's irritated enough, isn't he? Yes. Without the tap on the head.
Exactly.
It's great, isn't it? 12 minutes left to play, just over. And it's a really, really good cup semi-final here, as we always expected it would be. Plenty of noise around the Gulf Farm. Maguire.
3. Move. Go.
This is Burrow. Leeds looking to quicken things here from dummy half if they can.
Stand up. 4. Hold.
Slow play the ball because it was a surrender in the tackle, so the defender's allowed to hang on for longer than he would normally. Senior. He's carrying through with them, put on his back though, so it's going to be another slowish play the ball on this, the 6th tackle, so Saints defenders ready to rush out if they can. Leeds go blind, Sinfield with a kick back on the inside, that's clever, but it doesn't quite work out, and it might have offered the initiative here to St Helens. Gardner.
Very clever play by Sinfield. He told Webb what was happening. Webb was there. If he picks it up, he could have been under the post.
2. Move.
Melly. Leeds anxious not to give any penalties away here. St Helens anxious to try and get away. Graham's throwing it away between 2 defenders, and Leeds have it back again.
Move.
Gift from Saints, who are looking heavy-limbed just at the moment, as much psychologically as physiologically.
Yeah.
Which takes some saying at this time of the semi-final.
It does. Impressed, Dave. Very impressed.
Baderas. Here's Burgess.
Leeds have just got to employ the kicking game. I said, you know, they keep Saints away from their try line. That's one ingredient. Pace. Leeds have the advantage.
Sinfield. Here's Bailey. Pushing off 2 defenders. Flannery there. Tackle 6. I don't think they'll think about drop goal at this stage. And look to keep the pressure on. Oh, Sinfield's kick is not the best.
He checked, he dummied the kick, which allowed then the players to overrun it.
Oh, Foster with a quick one. Signal to the referee to see if that was okay. He said yes, and Baderas quick to react from the Leeds defence. Gardner. Up towards the halfway. Cunningham. Now Roby again. High-ish from Bailey.
Why do it? You know, he's thrown he's tapped someone on the head. He's thrown the high shot, put his team under pressure again. St Helens haven't looked like scoring from distance.
So Wilkins' kick. And that high shot from Bailey has given St Helens a really good position here and a chance to really hammer this Leeds line again. 10 minutes to play. Anything could happen. Cunningham. Roby. Gets it away nicely enough, and here's Jacob Emmett. Cunningham. The old man rolling in again. Moore. Away to Cunningham. Back to Wellens. Wellens off the left foot and runs.
He's so dangerous that anywhere near the try line.
Getting closer. Cunningham.
He's
Graham. Graham! James Graham scored! The fingers pointed, but Leeds are furious, and that was a forward pass. Well, having given it...
He has given it, I think.
Hang on, hang on.
He's given it.
Let's hear what he has to say here.
I understand it's a big call. I can't have him right in my face like that. I'm going to let you on this occasion. I'm going to let you sort him. All right, any more than that, it's going off.
Well, all he stopped to do there is Jamie Jones-Buchanan was complaining straight away, so the referee has given the try. Let's clear that up. It is a try for James Graham, but then he had a word with Jamie Jones-Buchanan for complaining. Ryan Bailey's just hurled his drinks bottle to the ground.
Well, it's his fault they've given him a field position. If he doesn't do the high shot, they don't score a try. Simple as, look at your own game first.
Cunningham away here. Now the question is, was that forward? And did he have control? Well, he had control, didn't he? And it doesn't matter because the finger's pointed from the referee, so you can argue all you like, you're not going to change his mind.
I honestly don't know what they're arguing about, to be honest.
Well, I think it was a forward pass from Cunningham to Graham, but the video referee can't judge that.
No, so...
Because they were looking to the touch judge as if he might have had an input on that decision. Foster's kick has given St Helens the lead again. Well, it's a cracker, isn't it?
Have a look. Yeah,
is that forward?
That's forward.
Well, that's where the complaint was.
But once the try is given, you cannot complain. Look, you know that.
Sinfield with a kick. Wellens with a catch. St Helens start again. Leeds 26. St Helens 28.
Discipline has been a huge influence on this second half, Dave. You know, they've got field position, they've given field position away St Helens, which Leeds have scored, and now the high shot by Bailey has given St Helens the... And again, you see now the body language has changed. Now it's St Helens who are on the up. Again, the momentum.
Oh. Big hit by Graham there. He's got a bit of a debt to pay to his side. Cunningham, Roby, Wellens. Good ball away to Cunningham, and here's Wilkin.
You'd imagine now that they might stick it up the jump a little bit.
Well, they're not doing.
No,
Here's Flannery. Flannery out to Melly. Melly cuts back on the inside. They're chasing shadows. Eventually, they catch the man.
5 and last. They need a repeat set now. Slow it down, get a repeat set.
Who's got the cool head here? Wilkin puts a kick up too far, and it means that it'll be a tap back on the 20.
And that's the difference, maybe. Just needed a little grubber kick.
Tanya Arnold.
Yeah, I've got Leon Price with me. Leon, how are the nerves?
Not good, not good. It's a really exciting game. Obviously, it's going to go down to the final second.
What do you think is going to be the difference now?
I think difference, we've got Kieran back on the field. We needed him on the field. You know, when he was off the field, we seemed to lose his way a bit. We've got him back on the field. It's just defence and don't make an error.
I have to say, you're jumping up and down, screaming, shouting, yelling.
That means everything, doesn't it? It's Wembley. It's only 5 minutes, well, 7 minutes away from Wembley, aren't we?
Leon, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Summed up in one sentence.
Massive prize, massive prize.
Here comes Burrow, left to Senior. Senior now takes on Gidley, brushes him away, inside for James Buchanan. Offloaded to Burrow. Burrow with a step, Foster misses. Burrow again. Got to by Wellens. 2 tackles to come. Inside for Webb. Along to Peacock. Peacock props it up.
He's in.
Nice Maguire. Danny Maguire for glory. Danny Maguire for Wembley. Danny Maguire for Leeds. Might just have won it. What a try. And what a moment. And it might just be the moment of this Challenge Cup semi-final.
What a ball, Jamie Peacock. But again, his forte, the support play. He can sniff it. Look at that try ratio, fantastic. As soon as he gets the ball, he was in.
Well, again, the prop here, Jamie Peacock played an immense role, didn't he?
Immense. Just watch, takes the ball in. Just watch him tracking, inside ball, try. Pace, incredible.
Well, Danny Maguire, that, by the way, is his 201st touchdown in his career. He's had a few memorable ones. I think that might just be in the top 10 in terms of what it means to his side, what it means to them. 30 points to 28. It tilts Leeds his way. Kevin Sinfield with a chance to add 2 more points here. It's a pretty important kick because if he puts this one over, then St Helens would have to score a try and kick the goal. And the immense pressure that would put on the shoulders of young Jamie Foster, who no doubt is up to it, but just adds an extra ingredient, if and but. Sinfield, over it goes. 32 for Leeds, 28 for St Helens, and Danny Maguire is a Leeds hero again.
Yeah, just watch the tracking. He tracks and tracks, he spins, he offloads, and there he is.
Well, how much does that mean? 5 minutes left to play. And don't go making a cup of tea just yet, because it's not finished. Here comes Wellens, out goes Roby, over to Gidley. Roby's trying to get there in support. Gidley is clobbered down eventually.
Well, unfortunately for Gidley, his winger wasn't there because he did the kick-off.
Penalty.
Oh, no.
Well, this now is the importance of that Kevin Sinfield kick, because they have to go for the try. First drive in is by young Jacob Emmett. 5 tackles from here for St Helens to rescue their Wembley dream. Cunningham, Graham, Wellens!
2.
Sandwiched.
Move!
A big meaty Leeds muscly sandwich too.
Oh.
Cunningham intercepted!
Offside.
Offside! Offside! Penalty for St Helens. And again they have to run it here.
I think so, Dave.
Well, that was a touch judge's call, wasn't it? Clint Sherrod on the far side called that because the referee had his back to it. I think it was the other side. Anyway, he's one of them.
It's all happening, Dave.
So here we go. St Helens supporters behind those sticks. Anxious and desperate. More with a step.
Move!
Pulled down. 5 more tackles to come. Cunningham. Pulatua. Big and strong and powerful.
Hold!
But none of those in enough measure.
That's what they're going to do now. That's their strength. That's what they've done all game.
Keith Senior is ready for Kieran Cunningham going here, but Cunningham's going to throw it left to Moore, and Moore throws it out to Wilkin, and Wilkin, early has put the kick in, and that's a poor kick, because it's taken on the full. It's a tap back on the 20, and Leeds might just have escaped with their lives. It was a real poor selection of play, that, wasn't it?
Yes. Not the greatest call by John Wilkin. Needed a look.
Surrender!
Well, they had tackles in the bag as well.
Plenty of tackles in the bag. It's a poor option.
Tackles in the bag.
2.
And it might be the moment, but there are lots of mights and ifs and maybes, and there are lots of those to come. Brian McLennan, itchy on his seat, can't sit still, knows his side are on the verge. But with 3 minutes left to play against St Helens, it is an eternity when the scoreline is separated by only 4 flimsy points. Maguire with a kick off the feet of Wilkin. Wilkins after this. Badeiras, it's another 6. It's another set of 6. So Leeds will just drive it downfield. Burrow, Jones Buchanan. Leeds are close to winning it now. Badeiras to Eastwood. Eastwood with a step, still going. The referee is just urging the Saints players to get out of the way. Badeiras to Webb, to Peacock. That's all he has to do. All he has to do. Taking it close. It's Badeiras again. Luluai with a drive. Held on his back. The referee can see that clearly. Doesn't need a video referee. Doesn't need to waste any time here.
5th and last tackle though.
So what do they do here?
Hold the line, Saints.
Repeat set. That's all they're going to do. Repeat set. Put a grubber in. Put a grubber in.
That was tackle 5. So here comes the last. The referee wants him back another couple of yards.
Okay, hold.
That's okay for Leeds because a few more seconds are being wasted while that happens. Here comes Sinfield. Sinfield puts the kick in. It ricochets. They'll accept that, Leeds. They'll be okay with that, won't they? Because St Helens have got an awful lot of yards to cover here.
2. Move!
Gidley's taking it on. This is Roby. Moore. Saints desperate for a miracle now. That's what's required. In the 1 minute that's left in the game, and the miracle might be on here as Melly tries to take it in. Oh, and has thrown it away, and that might just be the game. Lee Smith, and Leeds won't risk anything now in what remains.
No, up the jumper.
Danny Maguire. Leeds fans are already celebrating here. They already think it's done.
Well, that's all they're going to do now. Look, they're all round the ball.
Taken in by Delaney. Here's Lee Smith. 27 minutes, 27 seconds rather left to play. Lee Smith wastes about 5 of them. Collected by Jones Buchanan.
Yes.
They'll be going for a touch here, won't they?
Yeah, just kick it a touch. Not going to do it. Just kick it a touch. And that's what he's going to do.
Burrow puts it out.
St
Helens desperately trying to get there to man the scrum to try and stop the clock. Have they got time? Yes, they have. 3 seconds to go when the clock is stopped. There is still time for something absolutely astonishing here. But it is going to take something absolutely and utterly astonishing. Here we go. Here we go.
The only guy can get that is
last play of the game.
Gardner.
Melly, Wellens, hooter sounds, Gardner runs into Wellens. They've got to keep it alive. They can't keep it alive. The ball is lost. Down it goes. The hooter sounds, the whistle sounds. It's Leeds at Wembley for the first time in 11 years. Danny Maguire, the hero, 2 tries on the day. It's Leeds who march on. Saints denied. And what an outstanding semi-final that was. One job left to do. Jonathan Davis.
Well, you know, I had to pick a man of the match. I thought Senior was fantastic, but Darius, you know, with Scott Moore was unbelievable there for Saints. Cunningham, but for me, Mike Carnegie, man of the match. 2 magnificent tries at crucial parts of the game. Carnegie, man of the match. Danny Maguire.
Well, Leeds have won plenty of grand finals in recent years. Now they have a chance, this team, to win a Challenge Cup final, and you cannot begin to describe how much that means to that club and that city. Full time, Leeds are through to Wembley. They have beaten St Helens by 32 points to 28.
And that wig was a great look if you can pull it off. Leeds, who were beaten by St Helens in the 4th round last year, were beaten by St Helens in the semi-final in 2008, are through to the final. They will be at Wembley, and that man there, Keith Senior, is the only one of their players who has ever been to Wembley in a Challenge Cup final before now. This is a classic golden age of Leeds players, but they've never managed to do this together. And Brian McLennan, their coach, must be utterly, utterly thrilled with that performance. Let's hear from him now.
Brian, you're just giving Danny Maguire a hug there. How much does this mean to you?
Oh, this means so much to all of us. You know, we've dreamed of getting to Wembley, and now we've got a chance. We've got a 50-50 chance now of lifting the Challenge Cup.
How were the nerves towards the end there?
Oh, very nervous. You know, the boys dug in deep. You know, it was a real tough game. Credit to St Helens. Gee, you know, play without Eastman and Price. Great effort by them, but so proud of these lads. They're a real tough bunch, and you know, they'll always keep fighting.
And how big a focus was it to get to Wembley this season, having missed out so often?
Well, we've been playing it low key, just to keep the pressure off ourselves, and the reason for that is that it means so much to us. And sometimes you can tie yourselves up in knots about it, and I thought we had a bit of that in the first half. You know, and we settled down a lot more in the second half and played better footy.
Ryan, many congratulations. Let's bring in the man of the match over there. Danny, congratulations. You are the Carnegie man of the match. You're going to Wembley. How good does that sound?
Oh, awesome feeling. Very tough game today. The sun came from nowhere and caught everybody by surprise. Full, massive effort from both teams in 80 minutes. Fantastic entertainment. Just grateful that we got the win, and yeah, looking forward to Wembley now.
Have you scored many more important tries in your career?
Probably not. It's very similar to 2003. Scored a couple of tries, and we got to Cardiff that year, and fantastic effort from all the boys. Nobody's a man of the match today. There's 17 guys out there that, on both teams, to be fair, put 100% effort in, and it's a shame there has to be a loser.
What's it been like to watch Wembley happening year after year and not be there?
It's frustrating. You know, we've done well in the grand final and stuff, and something that's eluded a lot of the boys here, and we're really desperate to get there this year. We've not achieved anything yet. We're only one step of the way there. We've got to go there and win now, which is the next step.
Danny, many congratulations on a man of the match performance. Let's bring in your captain, Kevin Sinfield. Kevin, you finally get to lead your team out at Wembley.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We're a step closer. I mean, I thought it was a great advert for rugby league today. You know, Saints are a champion side, and I think it could have gone either way in the end, but thankfully, you know, the guys wanted it a little bit more today, I think, and we got there in the end.
It was quite some second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, we went in at half time, and I don't think we played all that bad. We just spilled some ball, and they made us pay for it. And sometimes it happens against a quality side like that. Thankfully, you know, we got some special players. Keith, JP and Danny stood up today, and were awesome for us.
What's it going to mean to you to finally play at Wembley?
It's hard to say at this moment in time, and it's a couple of weeks away, and it needs to sink in a little bit, but you know, I've been waiting a long time, and You know, we don't just want to get there, we want to try and do the whole thing. So, you know, we keep our feet in the ground. We've got a couple of weeks now where we can try and prepare the best we can with some tough games in Super League, but we're looking forward to it.
Kevin, many congratulations today. Let's just bring in Keith Senior as well. Keith, the only person who has played at Wembley in this Leeds side, what will you be telling them?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to play at the old Wembley. I've not been back to New One, and you know the thoughts are starting to send shivers down my spine already. Absolutely immense game today. The boys ran the blood to water. Absolutely superb.
I have to say, you look like a man on a mission in that second half.
There's life in the old dog yet, you know. We've made no crimes that we want to win this Challenge Cup. I've got 3 losers' medals with Leeds Rhinos. I need to get back there with Leeds and win a Challenge Cup. One step closer, we've just got 1 game to go now.
How big a target has this been for you and for the team?
We've been lucky enough, you know, to win the grand final 4 times. It's been a long time since Leeds have won this cup. Like I've said, we've made no crimes that we want this trophy. We set our sights on it, and we're 1 step closer now.
Guess it keeps an old guy going, doesn't it, this kind of thing?
Oh, definitely. That must be an immense game for the spectators to watch. A lot of passion out there. Both teams wanted to win the game. Thankfully, you know, like Kev was saying, some of them guys played absolutely immense today, and we're 1 step closer.
Keith, many congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
You can tell by the way those guys are talking, by the way they're reacting, how much this means. Brian Noble and Justin Morgan watching it in the studio, and however much Brian McLennan said he was trying to, treat it like another match, it's not. This means the world to them to be in the final.
Yeah, an amazing effort from both teams. Let's not take away what Saints did, but there'll be some tired bodies out there, Claire, that they actually literally, that whole saying, they put their bodies on the line, and we've seen cover tackles, people fingertip tackling, and all the things that are the ingredients for a fabulous occasion in the afternoon, and it was, both teams played their part.
And in the end, it was the impact of the 2 Dannys, Danny Buderis and Danny Maguire. Justin, let's have a look at his 2 second-half tries.
Yeah, they were very, very crucial tries. Fantastic. His support play was fantastic. Brian alluded to that at half-time about when he got his hands on the ball in the first half. He was excellent. And this time in the second half, got his hands on the ball, got 2 excellent tries. And some of the other players that are around him, have to take some credit as well. Keith Senior created some things for, obviously, Jamie Peacock with his offload as well. So, his support play is excellent, but he needed to finish off the plays, and he did that very well.
And the first of these 2 tries was his 200th for Leeds. An amazing juggling act, actually.
Yeah, it was a nice play. I mean, you see Keith Senior come all the way in from the edge, to take a carry. They get tackled there. I mean, we highlight all these plays here. They have nothing to do with the play, but it shows the intention of the Leeds team to tackle or to attack the team around the ruck, and they've left a player on the floor there. Keith Senior takes it upon himself to throw an offload. There was some doubt in the pass, but for me, that's okay. Great juggling act there by Danny Maguire to finally get it, and it's great initiative by the big centre. He could easily just sit out on his edge and wait for the play to come to him, but he's gone in and made something happen for his team, and great 200th try for Danny Maguire.
Just in a word, was it a forward pass?
It looked like one when you look in the slow-mo replay, but they're not going to pick up things like that. It's just the great follow-up as well, because he's come up with a second effort there. He knows that Jamie Peacock can off the ball. This is play 5 when most teams will be getting set for a kick, but not Danny Maguire. He knows that Jamie Peacock, if he runs off his right arm, he'll have an opportunity, and he pinned his ears back and got over the line.
We're going to be going off air very shortly on BBC One, but continuing on the red button. So if you want to join us for the Rugby League Forum, the email address rugbyleague@bbc.co.uk for any questions or comments that you may have, and we'll also be getting some reaction from the beaten team today, St Helens. A very dejected St Helens dressing room there, and we'll be hearing by some of their players. And Leon Price there walking across to talk to the players how much they missed him. But Brian McLennan and his Leeds team, well, they can celebrate, because in just a few weeks' time, they are going to be heading to Wembley. They have made it through to the Challenge Cup final. A superb performance. They led, they then dropped a long way behind and trailed 18-8 at half-time. Came back with a stunning second half and 2 tries for Danny Maguire. Everybody playing their part. We've got lots more to talk about and analyse. Many more players to hear from as well. And of course, tomorrow afternoon, we will find out who they will be facing in that final at Wembley. At 3 o'clock, we've got this. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.